Welcome to this week's Bushel Up. It's an absolutely beautiful morning here in central Nebraska for once. No rain. We've had to be inside the last couple weeks, and wind's not blowing too hard yet, so we'll take it. And that's kind of the name of the game. This week we've got a lot of spraying to get done. Yesterday we got 12 different herbicide programs applied across our different blocks out here at Owners Acres, and I know everybody's going to hit it hard. So with that, that's a couple watch outs that I just want to make everybody aware of. We always sometimes overlook Liberty applications. Be careful with Liberty on corn. Once we get to that 20-inch stage, which I know we got some corn getting there, we like to keep those before 20 inches. I know the label might say a little more, but we can see some injury spraying Liberty late over the top. It's not like Roundup. You have the AMS in the mix, and we can just create some issues for ourselves that we don't really want to see if we don't have to. Same way with the status, the dicamba applications over the top. I know beyond our control, but we're a little late on some things. If you are throwing that in the tank, make sure you throw the constraint in. We get to V7, V8 corn. Don't be scared to switch over to drops. I know everybody hates that word, drop nozzles, but if you have that option, make sure we're trying to be safe on the corn. You know, we start getting into that 7th, 8th leaf, and these top whorl leaves now all of a sudden become our ear leaf, where we're going to form that ear later on. So any direct shots of any oils, so forth, surfactants, AMS down in that whorl is what causes us the problem with some arrested ear, potential malformed ears later on. So just be careful as we start getting into that. You know, I'm not seeing any corn quite to that stage, but by the end of the week we will have some of that. So if you have a late field or a field that was planted earlier that you haven't been able to get on, watch out in those scenarios. Same way with our soybeans. I know everybody's going to be focused on corn here, but we need to get after those beans. Again, we start talking about June 20th is right around the corner. There's some beans going to start flowering. Ours here are really bushed out, starting to really take off, and so I expect to see some blooms on our early planted beans, potentially by the end of this week, for sure by next week. So again, if we can avoid herbicide applications or harsh herbicide applications with a lot of oils, we don't want to burn those flowers off and lose some of the bottom nodes on our soybeans. We want to try to keep everything we can. I realize I'm preaching to the choir here a little bit. You say Mother Nature, we weren't able to get anything done last week, and I'm in the same boat. We're going to hit it as hard as we can here the next few days and try to get caught back up. You know, good time to start looking at your crops. You know, one thing I look for always is the tillers, the suckers here. Those are good things. That's a good sign that that plant is happy and healthy. Really happy with the way things are looking here at Aurora. Seeing a lot of great fields around. You know, we just got to be cautious with the herbicides, not to mess them up. So with that, just a reminder, I know the timing is absolutely terrible. We do have our Ag Social at Wood River tomorrow. If you're in the area, if you can swing by for a half hour, we start at 4:30. A little bit of agronomic update, kind of a meet and greet with some of our location people over there. And then we have Troy Dannon coming in to speak and answer questions. So if you happen to just be able to swing by for supper, we'd be happy to see you, happy to visit with you. A couple weeks ago, it looked like the timing was going to be right. Now we got pushed back a couple weeks with this rain, and but we would appreciate you coming out if you have the time. So with that, if you have any questions, you know, fielding a lot of herbicide questions, a lot of foliar feed questions, now's the time to be asking those questions. Make sure we stay safe and keep this crop rolling along.